Welcome to the Easter Sunday Fireside Chat. I want to share with you some stories of hope today. And I would like to invite you to take a pause right now and get some coffee or tea or whatever drink you would like to choose, because on this day of hope, I want to share with you some stories, and I'm going to invite you to join me in a cheers. So I have in front of me here, or by my side, some ginger ale, and you choose whatever you want to choose. But I would like you to choose a beverage that you could join me in these cheers stories. So, but first of all, of course, we got to play with coronavirus a little bit, because something that has so much power over our attention, we need to take power over. And one of the great ways of doing that is to share some humor. So hopefully you will find this to be helpful as I share them with you. Let's begin. A little play. So, a pudgy pug. Now, that is more challenging to say than what you may think. Why don't you try it? A pudgy pug. A pudgy pug lying on a bed, glasses on, book open, looking up with the words, "Due to coronavirus, my summer body will be postponed until 2021. Thank you for understanding." Now, I'm far too close to the snack bar while I'm working here at home, so I can identify with that. Here's a prediction for you, for all teenagers. Here we go. There will be a minor baby boom in 9 months. And then one day, in 2033, we shall witness the rise of the quarantines. Here's another one for, hopefully we got some youth out there. And this one is for you. Kid, hey mom, when is this coronavirus thing going to be over? Mom, shut up and eat your toilet paper. The picture is a youth with a bowl and some toilet paper inside it. By the way, Stats Canada has finally let us know that what we experienced in the grocery stores was actually true. And here it is. Statistics Canada. Toilet paper increased sales by 241% in March. Groceries? 38%. Of course, canned goods and those that last longer. Masks and gloves? 377%. And yes, we still can't find hand sanitizer. And the sales of hand sanitizer increased by 639%. And I read yesterday that it will be some time before we will find hand sanitizer anyplace. So if you have found a secret place where you can buy hand sanitizer, please let me know. So this is Easter Sunday, and Easter Sunday is the season of hope. And so I want to share with you 4 stories that I've come across this week, and they were stories of hope for me. So hopefully they'll be the same for you. And then in part 2, I'm going to focus on the Easter story. But here we are in part 1, and here's some of the stories I want to share with you. So cheers to you who are free of COVID-19. Well done. Do you know that presently the world population is 7.8 billion people? Now, as I've kept up with the statistics of coronavirus, 1.5 million people have been infected with 100,000 deaths worldwide. Now, as I said last Sunday, any death is too many. Let's put it into perspective, however. And the perspective is this, that I say cheers to the 7.7 plus billion people who are COVID-19 free and who are willingly living the health protocols. Well, most of us anyway. In a recent poll, 75% of Canadians were being faithful to the health protocols. And so 3/4. Maybe we could do better, maybe not. But lift your coffee, tea, or whatever you have, and I say cheers, cheers to the 7.7 plus billion people who are free of the coronavirus. Story number 2. Cheers to the miracle of Mr. P from Rimini, Italy. This is a great story. 101-year-old Italian man beats COVID-19. That's right, 101. Let me read to you what the mayor of Rimini, Italy said about Mr. P, who he has famously come to be called. The mayor says, "It teaches us that even at 101 years, the future is not written. His truly extraordinary recovery gives hope for the future," she added. Now, Mr. P was born in the middle of the Spanish flu, as it has come to be called. His life has spanned 2 pandemics. He survived the Spanish flu as a baby, and now he survived the coronavirus, 101 years old. Now, by the way, speaking of the Spanish flu, as a result of the Spanish flu, 1/3 of the world's population died during that period. I don't have the time to tell you of the history of the Spanish flu, but it is fascinating. Just to say that those who have researched that inform us that it really didn't begin in Spain, and that the Spanish flu occurred at the end of the First World War. If ever there was a time when the people who lived during that time thought the world was coming to an end, it definitely had to be that time. Now, in today's population, that would mean that the Spanish flu would have killed 2.5 billion people. Now, doesn't that put it into perspective? Cheers to Mr. P and the Lady of Wuhan, 103 years of age, who was tested positive and survived COVID-19. Cheers. Cheers to Queen Elizabeth II. I wish that in a 4-minute speech, and I know that my congregation wishes it too, that in a 4-minute speech, she dispensed more hope than any speech, I think, that has been written. So let me share with you, I made sure I heard that speech in person. because when I was listening to that speech, I was thinking, wow, this queen was Queen of Great Britain and the Commonwealth at the time when Winston Churchill was still Prime Minister of England. And that sense of history just impacted me. This is what she said in her speech. We should take comfort, for while we may have more still to endure, better days will return, she said. We will be with our friends again. We will be with our families again. We will meet again. So I hope you have a beverage with you. So cheers to Queen Elizabeth II, who in a speech of just over 4 minutes inspired so much hope in us. Cheers to BC. That's right. We live in Ontario, but I'm saying cheers to British Columbia, which is very close to flattening the curve. Now, if there's any update every day that I don't want to miss, it's BC's update. Because the two persons, the health representatives of that province, Adrian Dix and Bonnie Henry, have the most soothing, calming voices. And if you want some outlook of positivity, that a better day is close approaching, I think that's the one to watch. Ontarians, please forgive me for that. But yesterday, I watched their presentation, and they are so close to flattening that curve. Bonnie Henry said to those living in BC this weekend, it's going to be a beautiful weekend. Go outside, ride your bike, go for a walk, enjoy the sunshine, and maintain social distancing. And then she said, be kind and be calm. And then finally, to conclude, don't forget, to British Columbia. And then finally, yes, to China, where it all started. China ended the lockdown after 76 days. Now, that's 2.5 months, 11 weeks. The country that first experienced it. 76 days. Not 1 year, not 2 years, not all the modeling that we're being presented, not the words related to how long we will yet have to be in isolation. 76 days. The lockdown ends. And that's why I continue to say it's going to be sooner rather than later. So, cheers to China. They are able to end the lockdown. And this concludes part 1 of our Easter presentation. I hope that you will join me, because I want to share something that I think is interesting about Easter Sunday and the story. So come back. And if you don't have your beverage yet, we have one more cheers to. Thank you. See you soon.